And we're back for our daily NBA best bets here on Halloween, Friday, October 31st. Here we've got, I believe, 8 games for the first day of the NBA Emirates Cup, whatever the hell they're calling it now. The NBA Cup first day today, as we've got different group stages matchups. Nothing really changes with the betting really for the NBA Cup. The only difference that these games have than regular season games are, well, I guess they're keeping track of individual, wins and whatnot for this format, and there's a potential, you get to play in Vegas if you keep winning. The biggest factor that there really is with the NBA Cup in terms of us betting it is that teams are actually looking to run up the score a little bit, because tiebreakers are determined on a head-to-head, but then if you have a three-way tie, it's on point differential. So that's something that comes back later in the tournament, or at least for the wild card spot too, right? There's 3 group winners plus the 1 wild card. That final wild card is determined ultimately on point differential. So that's something to keep a note of here and just be aware of for these NBA Cup days. Obviously, like tomorrow's not an NBA Cup day. It's just certain days. It's odd. It's weird, but here we go. Again, NBA Cup day 1 here on Halloween. Folks, before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA best bets here on the channel. Earlier today, we posted our game number 6 World Series predictions up in the 6 between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Don't miss that video. That is linked in the description down below, along with our college football predictions this week. And our college football best bets are going to be posted at noon today as well. NFL predictions are also up on the channel. Best bets on money lines, spreads, and player props will be tomorrow as well. And on Greedo Plays MMA, our predictions and best bets for UFC Fight Night Garcia versus Onama from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, on to the first of our 5 best bets today for the National Basketball Association. Starting things off with the first of the back-to-back doubleheader on Amazon Prime Video. We're going to have both games covered for you in this video. I'm going Philadelphia 76ers to kick off the day. I mean, we've seen this game before, and I saw Philadelphia win this game. Guys, there are limited teams still in the National Basketball Association that are undefeated. Well, there's 4 of them. The Oklahoma City Thunder are 6-0 with their victory yesterday. The Spurs picked up another one. They're 5-0. The Bulls and the Sixers are both undefeated in the Eastern Conference. They are both 4-0. Now, Chicago will be playing New York today. The Bulls are 5.5-point dogs at home. I don't mind that line at all. I'm actually not going to play it, believe it or not, because there's a better bet, in my opinion, in that game that I think is more likely to hit than the spread for the Bulls, and we'll get to that later. But we're going to kick things off with Sixers money line. Guys, I've seen Philadelphia go to Boston and win before. This season, we saw it 4 games ago. And now the game's in Philly? I mean, Boston, right, they've won back-to-back games. They beat the Pelicans on the road, and at home, they get an ESPN spot against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Boston wins. And I think we're going to get the fall off of Boston like everyone expected to this season? I actually think eventually, I don't think this team's going to be that great. I think they're going to be, hovering around, 45-ish wins. They'll sneak into the postseason, but they'll probably be, a 6-7 seed. I did not mean to say that legitimately, just... that's where I think they're going to be. And I think they'll probably be a first-round exit. But this team's already played Philly. They played them at home, and they lost by 1 point. And obviously, that was the game where, VJ Edgecombe went out there and scored the most points for a rookie in their NBA debut since Wilt Chamberlain. Tyrese Maxey drops 40. Guys, picking Philadelphia right now is great. Because do I think this is sustainable long-term for the 76ers? Hell no. And you can know that by simply just pulling up Tyrese Maxey's ESPN page and seeing how many minutes he's playing a night. Guys, we're 4 games into the year, and Tyrese Maxey averages 43 minutes a night. No, I'm not joking. That's a real stat. I get it, you want to win? Holy crap, he's playing too much. Because this is just not sustainable long-term. It's not. I mean... Let's read this all out. Maxey, game 1 against the Celtics. 41 minutes, 40 points. Excellent. 7 for 9 from beyond the arc. It's great. So again, I can continue to pick them tonight, but hear me out. Long term, this is horrible for them. So 41 minutes against the Celtics. Against Charlotte, 42 minutes, 28 points. Orlando, 42 minutes, 43 points. Washington, it's an overtime game, but still, Maxey plays 47 minutes and scores 39 points. It's the 4th game of the year, and you're playing 47 minutes. I mean, at this point, you're in too deep. You're in too deep. Keep playing him that much. I mean, seriously. And here's the thing. Edgecombe's playing a bunch too, and they're both balling. Don't get me wrong, right? Maxey's averaging 37.5 points a game. Edgecombe right now looks like the favorite to win the Rookie of the Year. I get it, we're 4 games into the season, but Edgecombe averages 22 points a night as well. The thing is, look at their minutes every night. 43 minutes a night right now for Maxey, 40 minutes a night for Edgecombe. Kelly Oubre's playing 39 minutes too a night. It's just too much. It is. But in a specific spot like this, and by the way, the Sixers have made it very clear early in the season, they're not playing around. They are trying to win. It does not matter when they are in the season, okay? It doesn't matter that they might need to be load managing at the end of the season and they're going to find themselves in injury trouble at the end of the season. They don't care. They said, we're winning games right now. We don't care how we get it done. Maxey, go play 48 minutes. We don't care. We're winning. And that's what they've done. Give them credit. So why would I pick against them here? They've already shown that the Sixers have already shown clearly that they really care about winning right now. Winning in the regular season to the point where, we don't need to, our rookie, maybe start him with like 30 minutes tonight. No, go play 40. Maxey, our star, our best player right now, our guy who's going to average 40 points a night. Again, 4 games into the season, but still, go play 48 minutes. Huh? And I get it. You have to do that with some of the injuries. Like if Jared McCain was healthy, obviously that takes a lot of pressure off of both of their guards because McCain, I assume, would play a lot off the bench. And the PG injury obviously is not helping out the rotation much. And, this isn't really dependent, this isn't really going to, affect Maxey and Edgecombe right away. But the Embiid injury and the minutes restriction for Joel doesn't really help either. But everyone's healthy tonight for Philadelphia except for Paul George. And you know what? Paul George being injured, don't care. Like, no disrespect, dude. I don't care. Like, I mean, I think it actually helps them if George isn't back yet. I think it messes things up if PG comes back tonight. And he's not. Boston, they're all right. I mean, again, they're starting Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Jaylen Brown, Josh Minott, and then Kada at the 5. Anthony Simons and Peyton Pritchard play a lot off the bench. Sam Hauser is going to play too. I think Philadelphia is better in this spot. We've seen this game in Boston. Philadelphia won. Philadelphia keeps on winning. And sure, Boston's putting together some wins. Obviously, we know what they're going to do. They are so 3-point dependent. But I think the Philadelphia 76ers get this one, man. I'm going to go Philadelphia at home. I like what Edgecombe and Maxey have been doing. Again, the 40-plus minutes a night, is that good for them? Not really, but they're winning games right now. And you know what? I don't really care about their long-term future, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I just don't care about Philly that much, so we're going to keep riding it while we can. I'm going to go Philadelphia money line tonight to beat the Boston Celtics. Give me Philadelphia minus 130 at home against Boston on their first game of the Emirates NBA Cup. Did I get that right? I think I did. On to our second best bet of the video. Let's move now to our best player props of the day. We've got one of two here. This is our first best player prop. And I mentioned earlier, right? I think the Bulls can probably cover 5.5 points, but I just like this more. Give me Josh Giddy. We went to Josh Giddy early in the season. We went to his points and rebounds. It so appeared that was the one game this season where Josh Giddy has not put up at least 8 boards. That was against the Detroit Pistons, but it's okay. Chicago's playing winning basketball. This is a team that is going to continue to play winning basketball all year long. This 4-0 is not a fluke, guys. The Bulls are going to go to the postseason this year, and the Bulls are going to give teams trouble in the postseason, and just wait until they get Kobe White back. When they get Kobe White back, they are trouble. Now, again, you probably thought I was going to come on here and take Chicago. I was going to. There's just some other bets I like more tonight, and I wanted to go 2 player props. And here's the thing. I'll tell you my thought process here, okay? I was very close to taking Bulls spread tonight, but then I thought to myself, you know what? The Knicks have screwed me too many times, and I'm going to pick against them tonight, and then I'm going to get screwed again, and I'm just going to be angry about it, okay? So I'm going to hold myself the frustration, hold myself from being disappointed, and I instead am just going to go with Josh Giddy, because this is a guy I can rely on. Giddy's playing phenomenal basketball so far this season. Giddy's averaging 20 points a game, 9 rebounds a game, and 8 assists per game. Those are all-star numbers. They are. The guy is averaging near a triple-double every single night, and we're only 4 games into the year, and the PRA production is through the absolute roof. Guys, the line tonight for Josh Giddy is 35.5. Okay? That's perfectly fine. It is with me, because Josh Giddy on a nightly basis right now is averaging about 37 PRA a night. And you take that into account, the low assist game and the low rebound game he had against Detroit and then Orlando. Look what he did the other night against the Kings. 20 points, 12 assists, 8 rebounds. Oh my goodness, Giddy's everywhere. And he's really not even taking that many shots. If Giddy's production goes up and his volume goes up shooting-wise, this is going to be automatic. Like, Josh Giddy, I'm telling you, he was on the wrong side of an unfortunate situation that actually wasn't his fault. And obviously, that's why he never got a suspension. That's why he's still playing in the league, because it wasn't his fault. This was no Karl Malone situation, obviously, right? So Giddy gets the negative connotation around him, but the guy's hooping. He got cleared. He was innocent in his case, so the guy's come back in the court and he's been balling, man. The move for Giddy to Chicago was perfect. And sure, both sides of the equation won. Caruso goes to a championship team. They needed that extra championship piece and a guy who's won a championship before. And the Chicago Bulls get a legitimate all-star and a future big all-star or future star in the association in Josh Giddy. And just wait until Kobe White returns. Guys, Giddy's only playing 30 minutes a night right now. If he played 34, this would be automatic, and I still even think with the 30 minutes we get, Giddy should be fine. It's not a tough line for Josh Giddy to go out and get. And they're taking on New York, who doesn't play the best defense. The Knicks are going to chuck up a million threes, and the nights that we bet on them, they don't hit those. The nights we don't bet on the Knicks and we bet against them, then every single three goes down for them. I don't care what goes on. I just need to see a high volume and a high pace in this game. And that's what it should be for Chicago tonight, because ultimately that's why I like betting on the Bulls quite a bit in terms of player props. Their output is insane. Like, they push a pace the entire game. It's them, it's Indiana, kind of Indiana this season. Again, it's tough with that Halliburton, but it's Chicago, it's Atlanta, these teams that constantly are taking, less than 8 seconds per possession, and it just creates for a bunch of, a big stat lines. That's what we're probably going to get tonight, I assume. So again, what can we expect out of Josh Giddy? Well, we can expect 20 points. That's his baseline. We can expect Giddy in one way or the other to get 10 boards or assists. Like either or. Look at what Giddy's done so far this year. In every game he's played except for one, he's either gotten at least 10 assists or 10 rebounds, and his RA usually per night is at least always 20. So you combine that with the fact that we're going to get 20 points out of the guy, well, that should combine for 40 PRA. This is perfectly fine with me, man. Giddy touches the ball in every single possession. He's essentially their point guard. It creates for so many assists. And, oh, by the way, Josh Giddy constantly crashes rebounds as well. And it's like Vucevic is the best, straight-up board getter. Matas Buzelis, okay. Isaac Okoro's out there just to play defense. So there's so much opportunity for Josh Giddy, especially when, really, offensively, they're a four-man crew. Yes, again, if you give the ball to Okoro, I guess he can kind of hit a three. Not really. He's actually 2 for 11 on the season from three-point land, but that's just his only shot. He'll just kind of sit and wait and wait. Okoro's a very good defender, though, and he's not out there to score, but my point being is it's easy for Giddy to put up all these stats when Okoro doesn't really crash boards. Giddy does. Buzelis and Vucevic, again, yeah, they can get rebounds, but they're not like bored, hungry guys. Vucevic is going to get a lot of rebounds, don't get me wrong, but their second leading rebounder is Giddy right now. Okoro's not going to touch the ball offensively, so on most possessions, again, the scoring is somehow going to involve Josh Giddy, whether that be Giddy scoring himself or Giddy passing the ball off, because every single possession, obviously this is the point guard's job, but Giddy's got the ball in his hands every single possession. And regardless of that, Tim getting the rebound and going coast to coast, or him, obviously, Vooch getting the board and giving it to him, trust me, like, Josh Giddy is so involved with this offense. He is the guy here, and I think 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists is light work for him tonight. I'm going to go Josh Giddy over 35.5 PRA here against the New York Knicks, and I just don't think the Knicks are that good either. I think that, I saw this team get shredded by a guy named Ryan Rollins a couple days ago, but, shout out to Ryan Rollins and the Bucks beating the Warriors yesterday without Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, what? By the way, thanks, Miles Turner, for finally going off. It's okay. We didn't know Giannis wasn't going to play when we made the video. Don't get me started on Miles Turner, guys. I have a lot to say about Miles Turner, again, not because of last night's game, because of the stuff you saying about Tyrese Halliburton. What, you hate Hallie now, too? You hated Oladipo? You hate Tyrese Halliburton? I got nothing to say about Miles Turner, man. Next Bucks topic. Maybe tomorrow when they play the Kings. I'll just unload on pause. I'll unleash my frustration on Miles Turner. Josh Giddy, though, this is the guy we can kind of rely on. Josh Giddy over 35.5 PRA. He's very good, man. Give me Giddy. Next up, let's go to our second money line of the day. This is underpriced, man. These last two plays I have for you that aren't player props, you're going to have a player prop in a second here. The next two money line / we'll have a spread. I'll break it to you right now. The last bet's a spread. I feel like they're so underpriced. I don't know why the Lakers are dogs here. I mean, I don't, have the books watched the Grizzlies play. I was very impressed by their win against the Suns, don't get me wrong. They tried to find ways to lose that game against Memphis. This is what against Phoenix. What I will say about Memphis is, I think their bench unit's really good. I like what those guys bring. I'm talking, Cedric Coward. Santi Aldama played such a good game against Phoenix. He did, man. Aldama was everywhere on the court. Aldama made the big plays they needed him to make. And I don't think there was not a guy watching that Grizzlies-Suns game that I was more impressed by other than obviously Ja Morant, because it's hard not to be impressed by Ja Morant. But other than Ja, there's not a player on the court that I was more amazed about than what Santi Aldama did against the Phoenix Suns. Aldama is everywhere in that game. He's grabbing rebounds. He's in perfect position to play defense. He's grabbing steals. Memphis on fast breaks. Cam Spencer gets the ball, and look who's down court. Bang! There's Santi Aldama, right? Like, I was very impressed by what Aldama did, and that Memphis bench unit put the Grizzlies in such a good opportunity, such a good spot to beat Phoenix. The starting unit almost blew it until John Morant hits a game-winning floater to win the game against Memphis before Devin Booker took a very bad three-point shot to try to win the game. You were down by 1. To understand why you're taking a step-back 3 against former Defensive Player of the Year, Jaren Jackson Jr., but whatever, we won, and I don't care. So, I am not that impressed with Memphis, though, right? I watched them play. I'm like, defensively, you're not that great. I liked what Aldama did, but they almost blew that lead against Phoenix. And sure, it's on the road. That's fair. I think this is a smash spot for the Lakers, though. I don't know. The Lakers, guys, they just went to Minnesota and won. And I get it, no Anthony Edwards. You know who's back tonight, though, right? Luka Doncic. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Here's the thing. Lakers are plus 120, and I'm recording this video, full transparency. I'm recording this video at, oh goodness, it's late, 3:30 in the morning. Damn. So this video is going down in about 4.5 hours. As of 3:30 in the morning, there is nothing about Luka. Well, there's nothing that's saying Luka's not going to play. The latest report on Doncic is Luka Doncic is questionable to play in Friday's game against the Grizzlies with the finger injury. The initial prognosis was a week, and this is actually only 5 days. I kind of expected him to be back on Sunday night against the Miami Heat, but this would be even better. So we'll see. It means something, though, if Luka was supposed to be out for a week and all of a sudden, he's a game-time decision. That means I think he's going to play. Also, Marcus Smart might play too, so that's cool. Now, how about Jake LaRavia in the Lakers' last game? I know, again, the big star's Austin Reeves, and Reeves deserves all the credit in the world. Back-to-back 40-plus point games, one of which a 50-point game, and then the game-winning shot, like John Morant hit a game-winning shot against the Suns. Well, AR hits one as the buzzer goes off as time expires in Minnesota at the Target Center against the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was insane stuff out of AR. Sure, he didn't play the best game prior to that, still scored 28 points, but, man, Austin Reeves legitimately is going to get paid a huge bag, and I don't know, man. Try not to get my hopes up, but when LeBron comes back and when Luka's fully back, hopefully tonight, oh my goodness, we might be back in LA. That's all I'm saying. This might be our year. Oh, then I remember the Thunder exist. Yeah, how the hell do you beat that team? I don't know. Anyways, though, I like the way the Lakers are playing right now. Memphis really doesn't scare me. They don't. I mean, Memphis, they're not great defensively. Yeah, they can score, and there's a lot of guys on that in that lineup that can shoot. Jaw's playing really effective basketball. Obviously, JJJ is always a threat. KCP's hitting more mid-range shots than I imagined him to. At least when he signed on to play in Memphis. But this Lakers team scores AR, and you bring Luka back in the equation, guys. If Luka plays, and the way AR is going right now, how do you beat this team? And I get it, like, AR's big nights where he scored 51, 41, and then had the game winner against Minnesota. That's without Luka or obviously LeBron James in the court. But if him and Luka, and they seem like they're pretty much on the same page as we saw in the Minnesota game. I mean, Luka drops 49, 11, 49 and 11, and here comes AR also, tacking it on. I think we're fine here, man. AR and Luka seem like they play really well with each other. And if we're talking in the post-LeBron era, I mean, AR and Luka 1-2 should be pretty fine. Is DeAndre Ayton that center of the future? I don't know. Aiden's played really well so far, and I've been, everything I've wanted out of DeAndre Ayton so far for the Lakers, we've absolutely gotten. So, no complaints on my end. I think the Lakers win this game. Here's the thing with this bet, though. Plus 120, and this is what I was getting to earlier before I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. Right now, as of 3:30 in the morning, it's up plus 120. This is either going to shift one way or the other if Luka plays or not. Right now, this is the middle ground. If Luka plays, think plus 100 for the Lakers. Luka doesn't play, look at plus 150 for the Lakers. Either or, and this is up to you. I don't care, really. I'll take plus 120 waiting. I'll take plus 100 if Luka plays. I'll take plus 150 if Luka does not play. Guys, the Lakers went into Minnesota and still won. I get it. Oh, Anthony Edwards wasn't playing. Still, though, the Grizz are not on the same level as Minnesota. I get it. Again, they're better than an ant-less Minnesota team. But Austin Reeves can still go into Memphis and win, in my opinion, especially this Grizzlies team. Still a little bit injured. They're missing a key bench player right now in Ty Jerome, Scottie Pippen, Zach Edey. They're starting Jock Landale. It is a winnable game for the Lakers, even without Luka. I think he does play, but it's still playable without Doncic on the court. So, give me Los Angeles Lakers money line in Memphis, Tennessee, plus 120 for the Lake Show. On to our next player prop. And guys, this might be a little bit of an outlandish pick, but I don't believe so. So honestly, I was saying that the money line pick, the Lakers, and their spread pick at the end of the game, I felt like severely underpriced and not really looked at. Same thing here. Are we watching Royce O'Neal play basketball? Probably not. Because like any sane person wouldn't say, "Oh yeah, I'm really tapped into what Royce O'Neal is doing in the early 2025 season." Like you probably wouldn't be. I am. I've watched a lot of Phoenix Suns basketball. Hell, I've watched a lot of NBA basketball to start the season, right? And I watched Phoenix, and if you've seen Phoenix at any point this season, they are so dependent on the three ball. And yeah, again, their numbers may not indicate that they shoot the most threes. Actually, no, they do. Their numbers indicate they shoot a lot of threes. Because that's all they are, man. Like, they are, Phoenix, they don't really drive to the rim much, other than like Mark Williams putbacks, but that doesn't count as, obviously driving to the hoop. They don't get to the free throw line that effectively. Most of their free throws come honestly from Devin Booker getting fouled on fadeaway shots. Other than that, they just shoot. And guys, specifically to Royce O'Neal, his only shot he ever takes is a three-pointer. So you look at that game they played against the Grizzlies. Royce O'Neal goes 6 for 11 from the three-point line. He takes one more shot the entire game that's not a three-pointer. He has 18 points. Those come off of the 6 3-pointers. And he goes 6 for 11 from beyond the arc. He takes one more additional shot. That's all Royce O'Neal does. That's fine. Look at the games he had prior to that against Utah. 5 for 12 from beyond the arc. He takes 17 total shots, but again, majority are three-pointers. And sure, doesn't reach this in the Nuggets game and the first 2 games of the season against the Clippers and the Kings. He goes 3 for 7 against Sacramento, 3 for 10 against Los Angeles, and 2 for 6 against the Denver Nuggets. The last 2 games, though, the output for Royce O'Neal has been absurd. And that has partially been with the absence of Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks is not playing tonight. Also, we don't have the Jalen Green factor yet. He's not playing either. Both Green and Brooks are still out. Can expect probably both those guys to make their debut on Sunday night against the San Antonio Spurs. If not, probably wait until next Thursday for a home spot for Phoenix against the Los Angeles Clippers. Maybe that will be their first game because it's a very manageable and winnable spot against the Unction over in LA. But with Dillon Brooks off the court, Royce O'Neal's a starter, and Royce O'Neal plays 35 minutes. Guys, Royce O'Neal is going to hit 4 threes in 35 minutes because he's going to take about 12, I think more. Guys, the Suns watched Royce O'Neal score 18 points off of just 6 3-pointers last game, and that's the only shot he took the entire game. I'm so serious he might shoot 15 3-pointers this game. Because guys, watch Phoenix play and watch like how they want to score, okay? It's D-Book, so the only guy who takes shots, well, 2 guys who take shots, but really, Mark Williams is not creating for his own shot, so we can, really cancel that out. The only guy who's actually taking shots inside the perimeter, inside the 3-point line, is D-Book. Because D-Book's mid-range game, it's pretty unmatched. Like, Kevin Durant's obviously automatic from the mid-range. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the prettiest mid-range shot I've ever watched, other than Kobe Bryant. But, D-Book's so automatic from beyond the 3-point line. But this day and age in the NBA, that 3-point shot's automatic, really all that you want. So D-Book drives, boom, find Grayson Allen, pass off, Royce O'Neal, corner shot. Like, Royce O'Neal's always there, but again, you look at the way Phoenix wants to score. It's O'Neal from 3, it's Ryan Dunn who's going to take a lot of threes, D-Book's going to take threes, and Grayson Allen's going to take threes. The other star is Mark Williams, who just sits underneath the basket, and I'm telling you, all of Mark Williams' points are offensive rebounds and slams, and, transition points. Mark Williams is not going to score. Phoenix doesn't really have set plays for Mark Williams just to get the ball underneath the basket. All right, pound, bam, slam. They're really not going to do that. And their matchup tonight that Phoenix is playing, they're playing Utah. Guys, he's out of the equation tonight with Walker Kessler. Okay? We've seen this game just a couple nights ago in Utah, but Mark Williams will not be that big of a factor tonight, believe me. Okay? And by the way, Royce O'Neal's last game against the Jazz, 5 for 12 from beyond the arc. We only need 4. And we get plus 150. I thought about going 5 tonight, and I think that's playable. I can check the odds real quick. I believe that's around plus 200. Not a bad line. If you want 5 3-pointers tonight for Royce O'Neal, I wouldn't say ladder it because there's really not a good one for over 2.5 3-pointers. But I'm telling you, the output's there tonight for Royce O'Neal. I've watched the Suns play, and with Dillon Brooks off the court and no Jalen Green just yet, O'Neal legitimately feels like their number 2 option quite a bit. So 5 plus 3s for Royce O'Neal's at plus 360. I'm telling you, that is so worth the look, man. It is. Over 4.5 threes is at plus 360 for O'Neal. Over 5.5 3-pointers for Royce O'Neal is at plus 750. I think that's playable. Hear me out. If you really want to get tricky, it's plus 1,300 for over 6.5 3-pointers for Royce O'Neal. I'm telling you, Phoenix, if they're smart and they're watching the way they're playing right now, keep feeding O'Neal the ball. He's not afraid to take that corner three-pointer. If you, again, D-Book drives, and the way I see this game playing out, and like kind of watching Utah play defensively so far, I could be wrong here, but D-Book drives, and then probably it's going to be, I assume it's going to be, I think it'll be Filipowski, or yeah, it's got to be Filipowski probably in the corner. I think they'll probably, who are they going to put in the corner? It's probably going to be, it's got to be Filipowski, or it'd be Markkanen. One of the two, probably not Markkanen. Anyways, D-Book drives, or D-Book goes to the mid-range, you get help from the corner, bang, there's going to be Royce O'Neal, or Allen's, deep pocket shot, boom, straight kick out Royce O'Neal. They're going to find open spots for Royce O'Neal in this game. Again, is saying to take over 6.5 3-pointers a little bit ridiculous? It is. I'm telling you, though, like, that's not too outside the realm of possibilities. I think he's definitely hitting 4. Everything from there, I definitely consider it, man. Royce O'Neal over 3.5 3-pointers. I'm so serious. Like, trust me, I've watched the Suns this year. He's a focal point of the offense right now with no Brooks and no Green. Trust me on Royce O'Neal. If anything, last 2 games show anything, and really all games this season, his volume from beyond the arc is crazy. Give me Royce O'Neal over 3.5 threes at plus 150. Final best bet of the video, another line where I'm just like, really? The Clippers are 12.5 or 11.5 point favorites? I mean, can you really trust Los Angeles Clippers to beat a team by 12 points tonight? No. And I know. The Pelicans might be the worst team in the NBA. They might be. Just because they get blown out by the Nuggets in Denver, and just because they get blown out by the Celtics, does not mean they're going to get blown out against the Clippers. Nope. This team went to Memphis, lost by 6 points, and they had a home game against the San Antonio Spurs in which they went to overtime and only lost by 4 to Victor Wembanyama in San Antonio. The Clippers are awful. Yeah, they had a game where they blew out Phoenix this year. Okay. Well, the Suns at their worst can be really bad, and I think that's going to be a thing for a lot of the year for Phoenix. In nights in which their three-point shot just doesn't fall. Because there's going to be nights like that where, like, oh, Connor Gillespie doesn't come off the bench and hit 4 three-pointers, right? And Grayson Allen's not having a big night. And sure, there might be nights where Royce O'Neal's not having big nights either. That won't be tonight, though. But I look at the Clippers, man, and I think a lot of this game is, they have to bounce back after not even touching 100 points against the Golden State Warriors. I don't think so, man. They scored 79 points in that game. And yeah, they cut the lead to 1 at halftime, or they might have been up by 1 point at halftime, and then completely laid an egg in the second half. But I'm telling you, the unction is not going to work. It's not. You've got so many old guys here, and like, it's kind of hard to watch CP3, man. I don't know. He's not playing that much. He's only playing like 15 minutes a night. He's so washed. It's crazy. He just is. This team's so old. Harden, Kawhi, Lopez, Batum, CP3. Bradley Beal's not that old, but it feels like he's old as balls, though, playing too. Oh, my goodness. I mean, everyone in the rotation's over 30. Is Derrick Jones 30? He might be 30. He's 28. Guys, Derrick Jones is the only guy in the rotation. It's him and John Collins are the only 2 guys who aren't 30 yet. I mean, they're the youngest guys in the rotation. They're 28. Oh, my goodness. This team's so just lifeless, man. Like, I don't like the Clippers at all. I actually, like, despise the Clippers. This is good for me. But, like, is this team, like, not awful? Like, sit down and watch the Clippers play. And, like, Kawhi's looked the worst he's ever looked right now. I'm seeing Kawhi, like, miss front rim on 3-pointers right now and, like, barely get to the rim on threes. I'm watching Harden. Harden's still good. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I know, again, he didn't score a single point in the second half. Was that a little fishy? Maybe. I don't really care. And Zubac. I keep forgetting about Zoo. Is Zoo 30? Zoo's 28. Okay, forget about Zubac. Zubac is playing well as well. But, like, guys, Beal, Kawhi, CP3, Batum, Lopez has been awful as a Clipper so far. Oh my God. Like, he was good in Milwaukee. I don't know what happened here. I can't get behind this team right now, man. I can't. I think they win. Like, I'd be shocked if they didn't, but like 11.5 points. I get it. Are the Pelicans really awful? They are. I mean, you're just seeing really Jordan Poole try things. You're seeing Jeremiah Fears in his rookie year out of Alabama. He scored 21 points in the Nuggets game. Zion just feels like he's just waiting to be traded at this point. Guys, this team signed DeAndre Jordan a week ago, and they're starting him every single night, and he gets have a homecoming, I guess, in Los Angeles. It's weird, I understand, but I think the Pels covered tonight, man. Los Angeles is just so horrible, and the Pelicans are horrible too. Sure, these are 2 horrible teams, but I think the Pels can actually show a fight. I think if Zion has a big night, which he definitely has the potential of doing so, I don't know if the Clippers can really hold him. So we need a big night out of Zion Williamson, and I think we're going to get that. So I'm going to go New Orleans Pelicans spread tonight in Los Angeles against the Clippers, plus 11.5 for the Pels to get things done here in the first game of the NBA Cup. Folks, thank y'all for watching our NBA Best Bets here on October 31st. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for more daily NBA Best Bets. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.